gonna say hi to everybody real quick. Nice to see you. You guys are awesome. Nice to see you, of course. How's everybody? Good. Am I starting?
No, I'm going to start.
Okay, good.
So,
I'm just gonna go over here.
Over here, bud.
Oh, am I over here? Okay, we can get started.
let's do this.
Sit down. Here we go.
Welcome, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you all this afternoon. There's only one thing that can get people out of the office on a Friday afternoon at 2:30, and that's a monumental economic development announcement. So let's go, all right? Virginia is the next life sciences hub, period. It's not just because we have three great companies here, Merck, Eli Lilly, and AstraZeneca, that have committed to record amounts of investments in job creation in Virginia, or the fact that we have the best educational institutions on the planet right here in the Commonwealth, but we are the next life sciences hub because things are happening right here, right now, in Virginia, that are surpassing many people's wildest imagination. Before we get into the details of what's happening here today, how these three companies and more than 7 ecosystem partners are coming together to build the future of the workforce of tomorrow, I'd like to share a brief story with you all. About a year ago, the governor came to me with a mission. He wanted to make another round of transformational investments in the upcoming budget, on top of the already $90 million of life sciences investments that the state had appropriated. As the team worked together, the headliner on that list ended up being a proposal to build a reasonably sized advanced pharmaceutical training center in Richmond. The idea of a training center went through several rounds of internal review, criticism from a lot of stakeholders, and even legal scrutiny. And after so much work, this idea came out the other end and made its way into the governor's budget. So the stage was set. The train was about to leave the station to create a $20 million facility in Richmond. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I got my first real lesson in Richmond politics, or a crash course on reality. The idea didn't even make it out of committee in the House and the Senate. And so as the session was about to end, a legislator friend came to me and said, Juan Pablo, it's a great idea. We need this. Just trust in the process. It will click. An idea like this will get funded in about 4 years from now. Ladies and gentlemen, while many leaders in other states choose to regress to the mean and follow the process, in Virginia, under this governor, we choose a different path. We choose speed. We choose working at the speed of business because these companies, these partners need to make decisions now, not 4 years from now. And with speed and urgency, doors open that many thought once impossible, like not having to rely on government to be the answer to all of our problems, but instead partnering with industry to build a facility 6 times the size of what we initially thought was possible, and putting that plan together in 4 months, not 4 years. My friends, Governor Youngkin reminds us of this fact time and time again. Government can work at the speed of business. It simply requires a vision and the willpower to hold each other accountable. And when we eliminate death by committee or soul-crushing bureaucracy and ask our partners to lock arms with us to do the unthinkable, our partners rise to the challenge. Virginia's on the map because of the vision that was set by our governor, and because of these companies right here believing that their future is bigger and brighter in Virginia. Thank you for doubling down with this additional investment. Thank you to our educational institutions for not wondering how, but instead leaning in and saying when. And thank you to our governor for leading with now, not later. I also want to thank you, Governor Youngkin, for placing your trust in me with this initiative. It's been an honor serving the life sciences community and the people of Virginia. So, are we ready to build the workforce of tomorrow? Yes. Are we ready? Yes. All right, so with that, I'd like to bring up Mike Rao from VCU to share some thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Juan Pablo. And in your spirit, let me say, good afternoon. And it's great to be together with all of you. Good Friday afternoon. It's a really, really beautiful day, and it's a great day to celebrate something important. And Juan Pablo, I so enjoy working with you and really appreciate the great contributions that you've made to so many of the things that we've been able to work on together. Governor Youngkin, thank you for leveraging this role that you have as governor to help bring together what may be one of the most seminal events, seminal undertakings that we've had in the Commonwealth in a very long time. It's a pleasure to work with you, and I'm grateful to you for your vision. Our partners, May and Pran and Eric and Jur, thank you so much. It was lovely having a chance to meet with you and to be with all of you, and we look forward to working together, learning together, and moving forward together with great speed and with great scale. I'm very excited about that. And my other university colleagues and college colleagues, it's delightful to be with all of you. I'll introduce one in just a minute. This is an important partnership. It's important for a lot of different reasons. I want to thank our partners from the pharmaceutical industry. I want to thank you for recognizing that Virginia has the strongest collection that you'll find almost anywhere of colleges and universities in our country. A really important part of the strength that we bring is the range of educational opportunities, the range of research that we're doing. And I'm so grateful that you recognize that, because that's really what's going to be key for our region, and certainly without question for our entire state. When I say region, I mean the whole mid-Atlantic region, thinking a little bigger than just us. A strong economy is going to be key for all of us. And so when you recognize the range of human talent that you're going to need, that's what's going to ensure that this partnership will be successful. And it's going to be, for sure, from a real large number of community college graduates to some number that's probably not going to be as large of bachelor's degrees all the way to doctoral degrees. And so it reminds me of a story, and that is, it goes back about 10 years ago when VCU just decided it was the right thing to do to make a massive investment, for us it was massive anyway, in what we called pharmaceutical engineering. And so we could see, just as all of you see, certainly the governor has seen, that we needed a lot more of an investment in this country, why not in Virginia, in pharmaceutical manufacturing on our own shores. And so we really needed to be sure that we were going to be positioned to train the workforce at every level that's needed, and that includes the highest levels, which would be doctoral degrees. And so advanced pharmaceutical manufacturing and engineering is really something that we came to see, Frank and Eric. I remember talking with you as the pandemic unfolded. It was a national security issue at that time. And we were really concerned about the major shortages on this list of what were called essential medicines that were keeping people literally alive. So, Janet, you remember that as well. And so we were down to like days worth because we had become so dependent on not our own country. And that was a real challenge for us. So it's national security, but it's also human health and the health of Americans, and something we felt we needed to really get ahead of. And so thanks to Frank Gupton, where's Frank? Oh, there you are, Frank. My colleague, Frank Gupton, engineer, fantastic engineer. So Frank went out with this vision, and he won these grants. He won these grants from the Department of Defense, from several foundations, and he won a grant from me too. And I was happy to do it. And so what happened is we accelerated this effort that might have taken years in higher education in the past, and we literally were off the ground in just a matter of months. And so Frank also, by the way, paralleled this, working together with our School of Pharmacy to launch the country's first PhD in pharmaceutical engineering, something we knew we'd have to have. We knew that that would come along and be necessary. So we're going to continue, Governor, we're going to continue this decade-long commitment to pharmaceutical engineering, but we're also committed partners to drug development. So I don't want you to think this is just about engineering and manufacturing. We're also committed to drug development. Across the street from which I came, I was going to make a joke about how long it took me to get here, Governor, but that would have only been a matter of how much traffic was on the street. But listen, across the street is our academic medical center. It's one of the biggest in the country, and we have a large number of people who are out there or over there trying to figure out how we're going to save more people's lives. And a lot of times, the route that we need to take is medicinal. And so we are going to continue our pathway of drug development. We know that the future of research, I was just telling Eric this earlier, the future of research at research universities and invention period in our country is not going to be siloed in universities. It might be several universities working together, UVA and VCU and maybe some others as well, but that's what you get. You get recognized when you show up at a great event like this. But really, it's going to be partnering together with our private partners. That's going to teach us speed and scale, and it's going to teach us how we get to the end point as rapidly as we need to get. So I'm very proud to have this opportunity to work with you, and I'm proud that you're going to be able to influence us on how we do this and how we become true innovators at these universities. We know we need to do more to save more people's lives. Unfortunately, we see people die, I'm sorry to say, across the street all the time. We do everything we can to save people's lives. Sometimes we just need more innovation so that we can figure out answers to vexing questions that we have not gotten answers to yet. And we need to work together to that. The other thing I'm really excited about, Governor, and you have, I think, say this all the time, Virginia is a wonderful state. I've been here almost 17 years, and one of the things I love about Virginia is they're hard-working people. They're motivated, and they're committed to doing good. And so we're going to shape a workforce, is what I'm saying, really, really rapidly. Because once we put this out there, they're all going to come, and they're all going to want to make this a success. Governor, again, on behalf of everyone I might speak for in education, higher education, thank you for the vision, thank you for the quick action, and thank you for recognizing where we really had strength and something that we had built that we were ready to take off with. I really appreciate you using your gubernatorial power to make this happen. Thank you so much. Now I have the opportunity and really privilege of introducing David Doré, who is our chancellor of the Virginia Community Colleges. I said earlier, I have to tell you, I think the community colleges are going to be really critical to making this a success. A major partner for us. David.
Thank you, President Rao, and good afternoon, everyone, and happy Halloween. This is a sweet day, so to speak. I'm really grateful to be here, and particularly representing Virginia's community colleges, and especially Blue Ridge, Bright Point, Reynolds, Piedmont, Virginia, Virginia Western, and New River, each of which is engaged in helping to build this regional workforce ecosystem that is supporting this incredible growing sector of biotechnology and pharmaceutical manufacturing. And I first I want to acknowledge Governor Youngkin for your incredible vision. I think Governor Youngkin understands the importance of speed, and Secretary of Commerce and Trade Juan Pablo, I want you to know that we're committed to speed. I think I would say the Virginia Community Colleges, if you look at the sea of higher ed, we are the speed boats. And speed is one of the pillars, and it's critical that we work at the speed of industry. It's also critical that we are converging with the industry sectors, and I think this is a perfect example of blurring the lines between what is a classroom and the workplace, and then adaptability, adapting very quickly to this really growing important sector for Virginia. I'd also like to recognize 4 of our college presidents who are here today. If they would raise their hand, we have Bill Figge from Bright Point Community College, Gene Runyon from Piedmont Virginia Community College, John Downey from Blue Ridge Community College, and Robert Brandon from New River Community College. As well as I want to acknowledge Paula Pando from Reynolds, who's not able to be here, and Laura Trainer from Virginia Western. And importantly, I really want to acknowledge as well our partners, the Alliance for Building Better Medicines, the Civil Bio Hub, Go Virginia, Merck, AstraZeneca, and Eli Lilly. And I really want to also acknowledge Secretary of Labor Brian Slater, thank you, and I want to acknowledge Secretary of Education Amy Gadara. Thanks to the Virginia Community College's robust and successful partnership with Virginia's Talent Accelerator program, which is, I think, one of the best programs in the nation in terms of supporting companies, our colleges have actively participated in the drive to create a world-class education and training system here in Virginia to support these 3 global companies with us today, as well as the entrepreneurs and startups that are ready to launch from our universities and business incubators. Now, in collaboration with regional and state partners like Go Virginia and the Alliance for Building Better Medicine, Civil BioHub, and VEDP, our colleges have opened new state-of-the-art laboratories, launched new certifications and credentials, and associate degrees in biotech and pharmaceutical manufacturing. Now, these credentials lead directly to high-quality jobs in high-wage positions. And they are also stackable. The most important thing, these credentials stack and really lead to university degrees, like President Rao, VCU's new baccalaureate in pharmaceutical sciences, and even VCU's PhD in pharmaceutical engineering. This is the only such graduate degree in the nation. Now, this approach to stacking credentials offers working adults the opportunity to continue their education for career growth. Exactly what the VCCS envisions in our new strategic plan. Accelerate opportunity. And through new workforce, career, and technical and academic transfer programs, our community colleges are preparing the future technicians, scientists, and engineers of tomorrow. Today's announcement will help community colleges take this initiative and impactful work to the next level through our Fast Forward credentials targeted to future and current technicians, engineers, and scientists. And we are extremely excited to be part of this historic partnership with the Governor's Office, state and regional economic development partners, higher education, and other partners to make Virginia the global center for biotechnology, pharmaceutical manufacturing, and life sciences. The creation of the envisioned Virginia Center for Advanced Pharmaceutical Manufacturing is a stellar example of businesses working together to ensure that Virginia's students from K-12 through the whole pathway of higher education have access to world-class instruction for this ever-evolving and changing industry. Governor Youngkin, thank you again for your vision. Secretary Segura, thank you for your speed and for your partnership on this initiative, and I'm really looking forward to the excellent work that we are about to undertake. And with that, it is my honor to introduce Pran Patel from AstraZeneca.
Thank you, Dr. Dore. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege to be here on behalf of AstraZeneca to celebrate this landmark partnership with the Commonwealth of Virginia. Today marks an important step in building the nation's largest workforce development hub, the Virginia Center of Advanced Pharmaceutical Manufacturing, and in strengthening the bridge between education, government, and industry. At AstraZeneca, we thrive on collaboration, and our innovation depends on the collaboration. The challenge we face, from manufacturing next-generation medicines to building intelligent supply chains, demand partnership at every level. Virginia has shown what's possible when government, academia, and industry support and unite behind a shared vision. This initiative reflects the Commonwealth's visionary approach to economic development and workforce readiness by linking Virginia's exceptional academic network, real industry needs, and also the creating of opportunities to help communities build meaningful, high-value careers in life sciences and manufacturing. For AstraZeneca, this is an investment in what's most important for us, people. To know that we have a hand in inspiring the next generation of scientists, engineers, and technicians who will drive American innovation in a moment of profound pride for all of us. Put simply, the talent developed here will strengthen not only Virginia's life science ecosystem, but also support us on our national health security for decades to come. My sincere thanks to Governor Youngkin and Secretary Segura, and also the Virginia Innovation Partnership Corporation and our higher education partners and leaders in the industry, and also partners who've helped us achieve this vision. Their commitment and collaboration has created an environment where industry can thrive and ideas can turn into impact. And to the teams across AstraZeneca and our partners who have worked tirelessly in making this initiative a reality, a massive thank you. Your dedication makes moments like this possible for all of us. Together, we're building a stronger, more connected, and more innovative future in the United States, one that starts here in Virginia. I would like to now introduce our next speaker, Eric Hahn from Eli Lilly and Company.
So good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Eli Lilly and Company, it's a pleasure to be here today to celebrate the announcement of this exciting new training initiative. It's also wonderful to be back in Virginia. Just last month, our company had the pleasure of joining Governor Youngkin and other distinguished guests to announce the Commonwealth as the first of our 4 new U.S. manufacturing site locations for the company. We're also thrilled that Goochland County will play an important role in bolstering domestic manufacturing and delivering Lilly medicines to patients both in the U.S. and around the world. Next year, Lilly will celebrate 150 years as a company. What we've learned over that period of time is that we can't do it alone. Delivering innovative medicines takes strong partnerships, many of which are present here in the room today with us. As we invest here in Virginia, we'll bring more than 650 new high-paying jobs to the area. But we're not just investing in facilities, we're investing in people. And we're committed to building diverse, highly skilled talent to lead the future of pharmaceutical manufacturing. The training initiative announced today reflects that commitment. It's part of our broader strategy to invest in our greatest asset, which is our current and future workforce. Additionally, we're committed to being a good neighbor, and we have a long history of working to further strengthen the communities where we live and work, including through Lilly's annual Global Day of Service. Across our U.S. manufacturing sites in Indiana, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Puerto Rico, and beyond, we've built strong partnerships with local universities and community colleges. And through scholarships, internships, and co-ops, we're helping to create a robust talent pipeline. We look forward to similar opportunities with higher education institutions and community educational initiatives here in the Richmond area. This training initiative that we're talking about today will be the cornerstone of that effort, helping to prepare the next generation of biopharmaceutical professionals. We're excited to break ground next year in Goochland County, and even more excited about the opportunities this investment will unlock for the region. So a huge thanks to Governor Youngkin and also to the state of Virginia for the support that we've received throughout this process, and we're looking forward to the future ahead. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jer Carmody from Merck.
Governor Youngkin, President Rao, leaders from UVA, from the community colleges of Virginia, thanks for the opportunity to be here. Merck has been part of the Virginia story for almost 85 years. We're just a few days after breaking ground in our Elton facility for a $3 billion Center of Excellence for Pharmaceutical Manufacturing. That's an investment that will bring thousands of construction jobs and hundreds of highly skilled roles to the region. Elton already employs over 1,700 people. The success we've had in Elton is grounded in partnerships such as we have with James Madison University, with the Blue Ridge Community College, local schools, state leaders. And one of the things we've been able to do is build very practical, hands-on training approaches, including a fully simulated manufacturing scale training unit to get people ready for operations really quick. So we know the model works, and that's part of the reason that we're here. I do want to take the opportunity to thank Todd Stamp, who's in the audience here with me. Todd is the plant leader of our Elton facility, and Todd and his team are part of the reason that we're investing again here in Virginia, and also very committed to workforce development in this partnership. So thank you very much, Todd. Today's Memorandum of Understanding among the Commonwealth of Virginia, our partners in Eli Lilly and AstraZeneca, reflects a shared vision. It's about an industry-led Center for Advanced Pharmaceutical Manufacturing in the Richmond, Charlottesville area. The center will focus on pre-employment training, development and demonstration of drug substance manufacturing and related operations. It will be practical, it will be real world, and it will help leaders build capabilities, but also the confidence to go on the production floor. It also allows employers to assess the skills and validate those skills of those learners. I think there's a few things that sets this apart. First of all, it's neutral and industry-led. It'll allow companies to collaborate together, develop curricula, the equipment, the standards for real needs. It's going to focus on pre-employment, hands-on readiness to shorten the time for people to be ready for industry, and also strengthen quality and safety. And also, really importantly, it's connected to Virginia's very strong education and innovation network. So we'll work with VCU, UVA, Community College System, BIPC, so we can create clear pathways for learners for certifications and degrees and advanced professional development. So we're very excited to build on Virginia's momentum. Our partnerships with JMU and Blue Ridge Community College, proves that when industry and academia and government get together, we can make effective training programs that open up industry and jobs for many people, lift communities, and also supports world-class manufacturing. So to me, this MOU is about scaling that success and making Virginia a national model. So I also want to acknowledge the spirit of collaboration that's at the heart of today's announcement. This MOU has a strong intent, it has a good framework, but I do want to thank the governor for bringing us together as an industry and having us work together in this industry-led training center. By working together, we can ensure that the United States is and continues to be a global leader in pharmaceutical manufacturing, and it also helps patients because we ensure that we have resilient, agile, domestic supply chains. The last thing I'll say is, if there's any students or job seekers out there, there is a job for you in our industry. We all work to save, improve people's lives, and this training center is going to open up the opportunity for more people to join us on our mission. With that, Governor, thank you for your leadership again. Thank you for bringing us together, and it's my privilege to introduce you to share more about the MOU and the steps ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is not a trick. This is a treat. And so please have a seat. And I say all the time, my wife doesn't stand up for me, so thank you for doing that. I first want to thank everyone for attending today. I look around the room and I see my
friends and colleagues up here on the stage with me, and this is the future of pharmaceutical manufacturing, the future of life sciences, the future of careers and opportunity. Well, it's just the future right here together. And it's really exciting to see happen. Because when we do things like this together, when we lock arms and say, hey, why don't we build the nation's largest advanced pharmaceutical manufacturing training center so that we can become the center of excellence, the future of the industry right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and everybody says, let's go. That, I think, is representative of why Virginia is the very best place to live, work, raise a family, and of course, invest a lot of money to build pharmaceutical manufacturing. And so thank you all. Thank you for trusting us. There are so many people that I want to say thank you to, but I just want to reiterate one thing, that if you were wondering what Made in America means, it means Made in Virginia. That's what it means. And we're seeing this happen all over the place. That's what it means. See, we have manufacturing capabilities across industries ranging from every sector of the economy reshoring into America. And it's happening now at a blistering pace. And it's happening because Made in America means something. It means high quality. It means serving Virginians and Americans. It means job opportunities. It means the future. And yet what we are seeing is Virginia is winning over and over and over again. And that's why I do firmly believe that the other 49 states can wave at us as we drive by. Because Made in Virginia matters. There is a real sense of quality, opportunity, and the future that Made in Virginia means. And so I again want to thank our friends from Eli Lilly, from AstraZeneca, and from Merck for believing in us. Because what they have done over the course of the last 6 months is make a huge statement. And let me just explain how big a statement that is $12.5 billion big. A statement that says that Virginia will be the future of advanced pharmaceutical manufacturing right here. In each organization, they have committed to build their largest manufacturing facility in North America. Each organization has committed to have active pharmaceutical ingredient manufacturing right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Each organization is creating a center of excellence, and they're doing it right here. And so we all believe that in order to do that at a world-class level, we need to make sure that our talent pipeline matches that lofty ambition. Our talent pipeline needs to not only reflect the extraordinary capabilities that we currently have, but it needs to prepare the next generation of workforce for what the next generation of pharmaceutical manufacturing is going to need. And that's what today is all about. These organizations have come together in an amazing spirit of collaboration, a recognition that we can all do this together, and they have committed $120 million to build the nation's largest Center for Advanced Manufacturing right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. What does this mean? What is it? This will be a hub and spoke footprint. A hub and spoke footprint that, yes, has a major facility that has all of the hands-on capabilities for Virginians to earn industry-recognized credentials in partnership with our community college system, in partnership with our high schools, so that Virginians can find that new pathway right to work, or if they are wanting a career shift, they can find that credential and that training and move right into it. It also means that the extraordinary baccalaureate capabilities across our higher ed institutions are available to Virginians as well. And of course, as you've just heard, the advanced degree opportunities are singularly Virginia, because this is where they exist. 2,000 to 2,500 professionally trained, extraordinary Virginians will graduate in some form or fashion with a degree, a credential to go to work from this amazing center every year. It will be the largest in the nation. It will generate an enormous amount of interest from people all over to be here. It will be founded on good manufacturing practices, GMPs, which are the standard for the pharmaceutical industry. And by the way, if you can't do that, you're not in business. And therefore, we will have the high standard that everyone who graduates from this great center will be able to go to work right away. And we're doing it in partnership with the most amazing higher ed institutions on the planet. We're doing it with VCU, with James Madison, with Hampton University, with UVA, with Virginia Tech, and with our Virginia Community College system. And anyone who felt left out, Secretary Juan Pablo Segura will be meeting you over here, because this is not an exclusive club. This is an open door. And that's what's so exciting, because I do know that there are other organizations and institutions that want to be part of this. And this is what I love about the way that leadership is going to run here, which is everybody's invited. Everyone's invited to participate, because when we build the most advanced workforce to support the most advanced capabilities, then we all win. And we know we all win. We all win from a health standpoint, manufacturing medicines that will truly save lives. We know we win from an economic standpoint, because there's going to be literally thousands, if not tens of thousands, of job opportunities that are spectacular jobs that change lives, that change families right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. But we will also meet one of the most pressing national security needs for the United States, where all of a sudden these supply chains, and particularly active pharmaceutical ingredients, which are only made today mostly in China and India, will come home to the United States. And we have to reshore this because of all the things that we know, that we were in fact illuminating during the pandemic, that America had in fact exported some of the most critical capabilities for the future of our nation. And it's all coming home. And it's all coming home to Virginia. And that's why this is so important. I do have to thank so many folks, and let me just run down a list. So Juan Pablo was not kidding. We sat in an office, we whiteboarded out what the pharmaceutical industry of the future needed to look like in Virginia. And let me tell you, what you all are seeing, that's it. And I want to thank you, Juan Pablo, for your incredible work. But this doesn't sit in one part of government. We have had an all-of-government movement here. And so we have had deep, deep participation from Secretary Brian Slater, who works so hard in order to make sure jobs are available. Universal licensing is accessible, so that if you bring your license from another state, you can go to work right away. And let me tell you, this sector will have universal licensing as long as it meets the high standards. I want to thank Secretary Janet Kelly, who is our Secretary of Health and Human Resources, who has been a major, major partner in making sure that the medicine and the healthcare side of this will be supported by the Virginia Department of Health, to make sure that we're good partners and we move as fast as everyone else. And I want to thank Secretary Amy Gadara, who is our Secretary of Education, because without education, my friends, we are lost. And we all know the pathway to a greater life passes through a school, a community college, or one of our universities. That is collaboration. I want to absolutely thank my friend Joe Benevetto. And Joe runs the Virginia Innovation Partnership Corporation. And this is where innovation is happening. And he has taken on a transformative role under the oversight of Dr. Rita Roy, who has been our chairman. And they have transformed the way we think about innovation in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And when I challenged everybody to think about life sciences differently, don't think about it as a series of individual activities, but as a spectrum. And how do we foster innovation in our universities? And all of a sudden we have Lab to Launch, and how we're the leading state in the nation in getting innovation out of the lab and getting it into commercialization. Nobody's doing anything like it. How do we have venture capital come to Virginia to support all of this? And all of a sudden, Virginia Invests stands beside those entrepreneurs, and we can launch company after company after company. And I'll tell you, friends, when we set a goal to have 10,000 high-growth startups in this administration, I was a little worried. 2 years in, we blew through 10,000. We're on our way to 20,000. This is what it's all about. Innovating. And then we sat down and said, what investments do we need to make in infrastructure and life sciences with accelerators and wet labs, and how do we support the sector? And all of a sudden, the Virginia Innovation Partnership became the cornerstone. And so, Joe, thank you. Thank you for your leadership. We need industry partners. If government is doing this, we will end up in the wrong place. And I say that with great humility, because I like to think I know where we're going. But if we think we know where we're going without industry leading us there, we will get lost. And here we have a moment, literally, with the leading organizations in the world when it comes to science-based innovation to deliver medicines that change lives. And they're here. They're all here. And gentlemen, I want to thank you, and ladies, I want to thank you for your participation in this really novel step. A novel step that says together we can move mountains. And while I know each of you will be wildly successful on your own, imagine what we can do together. And every single one of our great partners said, we're in. We're in. And so thank you. And so today we're going to sign an MOU. An MOU that lays out the frameworks, an MOU that lays out timetables. And we will hold ourselves to timetables because, as all of you know, yesterday is better than tomorrow when it comes to getting things done. And therefore, we will move. And we are asking everyone to move with us. Put your track shoes on, because what's happening is the life science world has come to Virginia, and it's still coming. And we need to make sure that this workforce, this talent capability that we know we have, that's the engine of everything, is prepared to meet the need, prepared to drive forward, prepared to be that engine of the future. And so with that, many times I finish meetings with it's time to go to work, and it's time to go to work. We're going to go to work and sign this MOU, and on top of that, there is no candy, there's an MOU today, and that's what we're celebrating. But most importantly, I again want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone. We are going to have the most amazing Virginia Center for Advanced Pharmaceutical Manufacturing. It will be in our pharma corridor between Charlottesville and Richmond and Petersburg. We'll have nodes, we will have lots of participation, and everybody will wake up and say, that was a game changer, not just for Virginia, not just for our country, but for the entire pharmaceutical industry. And so with that, let's go to work and make sure everybody understands that made in America means made in Virginia. Here we go. Cool.
Get up right on up here. I'm gonna stand behind one.
I'd love to tilt the mic down. Awesome. So the good thing is all my friends here have already signed next to their signature block, so I'm the last signature. But this memorandum of understanding marks a landmark participation between the Commonwealth of Virginia and three of the world's leading biopharmaceutical companies, AstraZeneca, Eli Lilly, and Merck, to establish the Virginia Center for Advanced Pharmaceutical Manufacturing, affectionately known as VCAPM. Located within the Richmond, Charlottesville, and Petersburg corridor, this first-of-a-kind center will serve as an industry-led hub for developing a good manufacturing practices ready workforce, advancing innovation, and strengthening America's supply chain sovereignty. Together, the Commonwealth and its partners are committing substantial investments, including up to $40 million from each of our individual industry partners and $10 million from the state of Virginia, Commonwealth of Virginia, my friends, to train Virginians for high-demand careers in drug substance manufacturing, expanding collaboration with universities and community colleges, and driving long-term economic growth. This MOU reflects a shared vision to position Virginia as at the forefront of domestic pharmaceutical manufacturing and workforce excellence. And it is my privilege to sign the Memorandum of Understanding to establish the Virginia Center for Advanced Pharmaceutical Manufacturing. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We're going to look back on this day, and we will know we have truly, truly changed the future. And so thank you all. And I cannot wait until we move to the groundbreaking, the ribbon cutting, and the first graduation ceremony. Off we go. God bless you all. God bless you all. Here we go.